It's Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back, boys and girls. The live arrived on Tuesday. I'm gonna move this back because it's not supposed to be there. And this, like so. Indeed, mesmerizing. All right. How is everyone today? Hope you all are well. If you haven't noticed, we haven't done a live the last 2 days. That's because Easter really screwed with Sam, and that's all right. But I'm back. We're back now. Tomorrow we'll have a live for sure, and then we'll, of course, do our regular thing on Thursday with the first reaction, and then Friday with the full breakdown and review. So don't you worry, we haven't gone anywhere. We're still here, and we're still kicking. Much to a lot of people's chagrin. Casey Stewart is here. Chuck is here. Matthew Lebner. Hello, guys. Thank you for the welcome back. You guys really appreciate me. I know. Hey, no. There we go. That's better? I think that's better. All right. Leakpod is Tuesday. Were your photon torpedoes, medical staff, and tractor beam installed today? I mean, very possibly so. Very possibly so. A lot of things might be installed today. We're not sure. One thing I do know is the Camaro is out today. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Ooh, would you? Well, that's Archie, but I'm trying to think who the character is. Why can't I think of his name? It's not Jughead. Look at the shenanigans. You comfortable, Precious? I think she's comfortable. I wish I had staff and a new dispatch installed today, but alas. That's Wimpy. Thank you, Wimpy. Wimpy. Yes, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name. I know what he looks like. He's got a little bowler hat, and he's a more rotund fellow. Yeah, I could not think of his name. So thank you for that. I don't turn that up. So anyway, all right. So we are leading up to this two-part finale for Picard, and I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. They have said there's going to be limited screenings of this in IMAX theaters, but somebody online commented that they looked in the Los Angeles area and there was nothing. They couldn't find anything. So I'm not sure how much of a rumor that is versus fact. It'll be cool. Captain Casey Stewart, except for Picard Season 3 and Prodigy on Lower Decks and Stranger Worlds, new Trek is like Khan, poor marksman that keeps missing the target. So all of it is good except for Discovery is what you're saying. Chuck A. Star Trek Las Vegas is 3.5 months away. I know. I would love to go. Unfortunately, I don't think it's in the cards. Pardon the pun this year. Gotta play the hand that I was dealt, and I don't think it's gonna actually go into Vegas this year. Matthew Lebner, tickets start tomorrow at 10 a.m. Damn. Hi, everyone from the great state of Maryland, says Terrence. Fleetpaw says, I'm excited and sad too, because after this, it's over. Well, Picard's over, yes. But I'm buzzing for the next episode. Indeed. Would you captain my starship? LOL, just kidding. Steve Russell, not been this excited for an episode of Trek for ages. Donnie says, so glad you're back. Thank you, Donnie. Donnie, I don't know if you're subscribed to the Catfly personal channel, but if so, the video that's coming up tomorrow, I mention you twice in it. Just saying. Donnie, you can have a pride of place in that episode. So, 32 people here, 11 likes, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Fleet Boss says, hashtag Titan Show like spike. Titan Show, eh? Andy Clinton, in latest clip, right? Rivers says, who have we got? Who have we got off the Titan? I wonder where they're going. I bet you I can tell you. Bet you I can tell you. Terrence Childs, do you think that Section 31 blew up the Klingon moon? Oh, Praxis? I mean, no. I didn't think that until Discovery planted the bomb on that moon, and then say, oh, that blew up years later. No, I don't want to think that. I think just literally from overmining and bad safety protocols. I think that's a better explanation. Recently I was thinking, and I really liked Trip from Enterprise. So bad they killed him. Well, he didn't, though. He survives in the books. We need a Captain Shaw show so bad. Yes, we do. Matthew Lebner, my theory about the last two episodes of the Borg back with Jack inheriting something from Picard, something the Borg did in First Contact. Hello from your neighbor, Terrence Childs, in the great state of West Virginia. Screw Section 31, it's overrated. True. Mason Hoffman, what is the #1 Trek movie in your opinion? Star Trek 2. Star Trek 2 followed by Star Trek First Contact. First Contact's really good. But yeah, I would say Star Trek 2. Star Trek 6 is right up there as well. That's a tough question. Fleet Paw, I liked it better when it was just a whisper and a half-truth mixed with rumor and unconfirmed accounts. All right, yeah, I know. You're goddamn pathetic. Come on, up. And you got like no room. You got no room and you look pathetic and sad. Goddamn dogs. Okay. Hey, Captain, do you think when they make Section 31 TV show, do you think that we will see Captain James T. Kirk in it? No. No, I don't. Mason Hoffman, I had the box set of VHS and all the original when I was a kid. I loved it so much. Yeah, it was the one that formed the picture of the Enterprise. Because, yeah, I had that one too. Colin Barrett, I would prefer it if the villain is not the Borg. I'm beginning to think Locutus' theory might be accurate. I am also beginning to think the same thing, and I'm right there with you. I do not want it to be the Borg. I think that's the laziest, cheapest thing they could go with. I would love it to be the Pah-wraith. I would love it to be Armis. I would love it to be something so obscure that, I don't want it to be the Borg. Although everything's kind of really leaning to that side, so. Irfan Geek. Wrath of Khan, Undiscovered Country, First Contact, top 3 has to be LOL. Although Voyage Home was good for the kids from the time. Yes, it's good for non-Trek fans, the Voyage Home. The one with the whales, that one. My favorite trilogy is Star Trek 2 through 4. I agree with you 100% there. Steve Russell, what if God from Final Frontier is behind the red door? I don't have a problem with that. Just do it well. Terrence Childs, the writers of Next Generation were great. I really missed the speeches of Picard. Yeah, Picard's speeches were fantastic. We haven't really got any in Picard, which is sad, considering it's, called Picard. But, oh well. Romulan shapeshifters. Fleet Pal says it varies on my moods. 2, 3, 4, 6, and First Contact all vie for the top spot. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Yeah. No, no, no. I don't want a Section 31 TV show. There are better series ideas out there. 100%. 100%. Armis versus Odo. Captain Casey Stewart. All my Trek movies are on VHS that I still watch. Wow. Good job. Colin Barrett. At least it looks like parallel universe Borg, where Locutus is the Borg King, is different somewhat. Okay. First I'm hearing about a Locutus Borg King. Would you just lie down? Okay, sitting down's fine too. Anto Mac, the Nemesis battle scene is 20 years old and looks better than 90% of effects. Now, underrated movie, poor script, but watch the captain's command is fantastic. Damn dogs. Terrence Shells, the episode The Drumhead is excellent. The speech writing in that episode was great. Matthew Lebner, I'm torn to choose Thursday's episode. Might want to wait and watch the last two together. Any advice? I would say don't do that. I mean, as much as that's a good idea, you're going to get spoiled and have a feeling that a lot of the action beats are going to be in this next episode, and the follow-up episode is going to be more of like a winding down kind of feel to it. So hard to say, but I would say don't do that. As much as it would be awesome to just watch them back to back, I think that's a bad idea. Eric Martin, hey, Cap is in the air. Yes, yes, I am. Eric Epperling says, is it pretty sure that what's behind the red door has something to do with either Locutus and or the Borg? No, not really, but there's a lot of indications and theories and speculation online that really point to that. So it's leaning quite heavily in that way. I hope it's a red herring, and that's why the door is red. I hope it's not the Borg, and it's like, yeah, literally a red herring, because that would be awesome. But bet you Jack will star in the Starfleet Academy show. I bet you he won't, because he doesn't. Not in the 32nd century. Practical models look so much better than CGI, in my opinion. I mean, in some instances, yes, I would agree with you. The majority of movie quality model shots, yes, they look fantastic. CGI is quickly speeding up through the ranks, though, as not being able to distinguish that from a model. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. But Mason Hoffman, for a white elephant gift last year, I gave someone an old inbox serial PC mouse that was styled as a next generation tricorder. Oh, that's cool. What are you doing? Lay down. Stop wandering around. There you go. Good girl. Captain Casey Stewart. Honestly, I have multiple VHS players in case one breaks. I have like 3 downstairs, yes, but they're all in a tote bin, and haven't had them out for a while. Matthew Shook. Hey, Captain, do you think someone will sacrifice themselves in the last episode? No, I really don't think they're going to do that. I mean, they could do that, but I don't think they should, and I don't think they will. So, no, we're not having that debate, Steve. Hello. Both are good if done right. Both can suck balls if done wrong. Matthew Lebner, thanks for the advice, Captain. No problem. I'm just going to put this out here, though I don't think it's going to matter much. $20 super chat shots again, because why not? It's going to be one hell of a wrap-up to this show as well. So we're going to have a fun time talking about the last couple episodes, because it's going to be fantastic, I think. It's a changeling possession type thing going on with Jack and the Picard. They could be trying to take over the changeling species for the next step of evolution, or with the whole brain disorder. I don't know. There you go. That's a good one. Chris Tenorino, I own the Dragon Ball Z widescreen Blu-ray, and it sucks. And TOS, TNG, pan and scan. 16:9 sucks ass. A darkness, as Troy said, sounded more like Armus, but I reckon we will find out. As you said, Captain, I hope that red door is a red herring as well. I really do. I think Armus makes a lot of sense with her being like a sense of darkness here and an ancient darkness. Locutus is not an ancient darkness or an ancient evil. So I disregard that 100%. But Armus definitely is, and she's spent a lot of time with Armus. She was trapped in that shuttle and was basically counseling him, and he was like menacing her and whatnot. So I think that honestly, Armus makes a lot of sense, and it ties in with the changelings as well, because he was discarded and dumped, just all of their negative emotions, negative everything. He's also liquid form. It would make sense that they dumped him there, took off, and just left the worst parts of themselves there, and that was Armus. I think that'd be great, actually. The darkness Troy was referring to was Titan's low lighting. Don't tell Terry Metellus that. FanGeek says, "LOL, yeah, they need to turn the lights up for sure. That was the only thing in Star Trek V. Right, I love the way the bridge lit up." Mason Hoffman, bring them back just to kill them, although maybe Picard should die. Picard dying would be apropos, I think, but I think that also outraging people. Technically, he already has died, so. Wearing the space jellyfish shirt. Yes, I am. Or behind the door are 5 lights. 4. There are 4 lights. Eric Martin, $22. Time to get cracking with the Kraken. Kraken, it's time, my friends. Yes. Let's see. I will use that to do the wiping out of the bottle, because it always gets sticky. So thank you so much, Eric, for that super chat. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Whew. Why'd that hit me so hard? That did not taste good. Matthew Lebner throws in $20 and says, "Cheers, Captain. Let me be the first." Well, second, but you got in there just at the same time. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. I don't know why that one hit so hard, but thank you, Matthew, as well. I'm afraid to take this one now. Whew. That needs a chaser. Holy shit. Captain Casey Stewart, type number 20 in Super Chat for Captain to drink. There you go. Mark Boyd. Oh, I should change that, yeah. Hold on. Unpinned message. Yeah, I definitely typed that wrong, so. $20 Super Chat shots. There we go. There we go. I had typed that wrong, so thank you for pointing that out. Mark Boyd, guess if she said familiar, it would be too obvious. Armus, no one wants me. Well, it actually makes sense, because if you saw the preview for the next episode, when she sees what's behind the door, she's like, she gets totally freaked out. She backs out, and she's like, I gotta go. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. It's like she's terrified of it. It's more terrifying to her than it is to Jack or anyone else. So I think Armus is a good bet. Jeff W., I still can't believe someone at Starfleet would think it was a good idea to assemble almost every ship in one spot. Didn't anyone at Starfleet Intelligence Section 31 have any concerns? Well, Geordi did. And that's the thing. With the changelings' infiltration into Starfleet Command, all these bad decisions are being filtered through them. So having those ships linked will definitely be tied to them, as well as having them all together. I'm fine with TOS and TNG and HD being presented in the pillar box, 4:3 aspect ratio, to be honest. I'm not. I'd prefer it to be widescreen, honestly. But Fan Geek, I think a Federation ship should be a lot brighter. I did not like the J.J. Abrams, but the bridge was cool, and the way the Enterprise refit looked was perfect lighting. Eric Martin must have had something sweet before. Yeah, I did. I had some pomegranate Canada Dry Ginger Ale, which is really good. So, you need a new shot glass, Stuart. I think I need to get you one. I've got a few. This is the one that's always up here. This is my Skynet one. I do have like a London one. I used to have one with crosshairs on it that I used all the time, but that broke. Because it was literally a shot glass. But Motaz, 1975. Still think the main baddies are the Herodians. Don't know how Jesus Christ ties into it, though. Okay. I know you mean Jack Crusher, but... Fan Geek, Sailor Jerry's for me tonight. I have some Sailor Jerry's downstairs. Paul, was Picard's body on Vadic's ship when it blew up? Possibly. I have a feeling they took it, they shuttled it off on the shuttle. I think it'll probably be on the shuttle and therefore on the Titan by now. But yeah, it could have been. Chris Tenorino, what if Armis assimilate Will Riker's mind and our Riker is enslaved by Armis in his mind? That'd be awful. No, don't do that. Terrence Childs, oh no, he has been drinking again. No one give him money to take off his clothes, please. Don't give me money to keep my clothes on. I have a button-up shirt, and it's already like unbuttoned this far. I can go further. If you don't super chat in, I will keep undoing buttons. So it's super chat to keep the shirt on. It's disgusting. A farmer was once asked why he always took 2 shots of schnapps. Then he said, well, when I take one, then I feel like a different person. I think the other person needs one too. Perfect. Delilah is here. How's it going? Did you accidentally replicate the real stuff instead of synthahol version? Probably, yeah. Melted copper. Tito's vodka is effing sweet. It never hangs me over, and I put away a bottle last night. Wow. Vodka makes me angry, says Fleetpaw. Fan Geek, what is Kraken spiced with? What is Kraken spiced with? Is it cinnamon? It looks super black, like Jaeger. It is just spiced rum. I don't know. It's not cinnamony, really, but just Kraken black spiced rum. What does it say here? I can't read it. Kraken Rum Company. Blah, 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 blah. They picked a really shitty font. I can't read the script. I'm old. The Kraken is something from the Caribbean, blended with natural flavors. Named after a sea legend. Named after a sea beast of myth and legend. The Kraken rum is... Shit, I'm really fucking old. Is strong, rich, black, and smooth. And it's just the same thing in French. So there you go. I don't know. I'm Whiskey makes me quite the hobgoblin. Well, there you go. Eric Martin, I buy him booze and then super chat for him to drink it. Not a bad gig, Cap. Hey, I don't ask you to do these things. Casey Stewart, currently on whipped vodka. Nice. Amata, it could be the aliens that were trying to get Troy in her dreams, or Viceroy tapping into Troy. Would be hella funny. I won't be any of those, but Steve Russell, looking forward to them stealing the Enterprise D. Yes. Yes. Merrick Wolf, I am here. Sorry I'm late and so infrequent. That is all right, my friend. Having the ship network would suit the Borg. Assimilate one ship and you have control over them all. Yes. Melted Copper, who's stoked for family-friendly Indiana Jones, not murdering like he did when we were kids? Suppose we are too old for tank-crushing, heart-ripping greatness. That's a waxed chest. It's not. I actually don't wax my chest. I don't grow hair on my chest. I'm an evolved human being. So, you are a sick man, Captain Foley. Yes, I am, Brainy Specs. Terrence Childs, Captain, I will give you good money to keep your clothes on, please. All right, then feel free to super chat away. Andy Clinton, in another clip, the TNG crew is standing as the turbolift opens and Anna says, I have never been so glad to see someone with so many wrinkles. Barclay, possibly? No, it's going to be Picard, because Picard's not there with her. It's like Raffi, Beverly, Troy, and two others, I think, but no Picard. So Delilah says, I love you and your wife and the whole fleet. Wow. Thank you, Delilah. Fan Geek says, does it have black licorice taste? It does not, no, because that would be disgusting. Whenever I see black liqueur, I automatically think black licorice. No, actually, I have some absinthe downstairs, which tastes like black licorice, but at least the Kraken. Matthew Lebner says, cinnamon, ginger, and clove. Mark Boyd, I always hit rock bottom when I reach for the top shelf. Urs says, you need to get some Christianwas or cherry schnapps, good in coffee. If you ever take a trip to Switzerland, get the Kaffee schnapps. The Kaffee schnapps. If one can read a newspaper, throw the glass of coffee, then there is plenty of schnapps in it. One can read the newspaper through the glass of coffee. Okay, gotcha. Mike Bell says, I keep the magnifying glass handy due to being old. Bifocals are annoying. I usually use my phone, but I'm actually streaming on my phone right now, but I usually use my phone to read stuff like that. Paul D, $5. Captain Foley, a note to the galley, Romulan ale not to be served during live chats. Yes. And going back to Mike Bells, he says, bifocals are annoying. These are trifocals. These are trifocals and they are progressive. You can't see the lines, but I've literally got far, medium, and near. And it took me 2 weeks to get used to these because it is Invisalign, so you can't see them. But yeah, they're trifocals because my eyesight's been atrocious my whole life. Hypno Amber says, I'm here. I was napping and dreaming of the Enterprise D. Well, keep dreaming because you're going to see it probably on Thursday. Jeff W., how about Stephen Culp as Commander Martin Madden as Captain of the Enterprise F? He was the new Enterprise EO Exo Starfleet Nemesis deleted scene. That would be great, but I think it'd be even better to have Captain Harry Kim being Captain of the Enterprise F. What a twist. What a surprise. That'd be awesome. Casey Stewart, hopefully we see the Enterprise D in Picard. I'm sure we will. Don't worry. Fear not. Speaking of Indy, I shall give the Dial of Destiny a chance without any expectation at all. I plan to see that movie on Canada Day. Nice. Melted Copper, I am so hairy of I I skinny dipped, I would be shot and people would think some chemo-ridden chimp got in their pool. Wow. Paul Worf, Romulan ale should be illegal. It is. Captain Morgan, tattoo Tattoo. Captain Morgan Tattoo. Tastes like black licorice. Delicious. Eric Martin says it's spiced with vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. Well, there you go. I don't taste cinnamon, though. Matthew Lebner, have an early patrol in the morning, so I have to call it a night. And good to interact tonight. And look forward to this week. See you all on the Discord. Good night, fellow Trekyardians. Good night, Matthew Lebner. See you later. Terrence Childs, are you going to get one of those new phaser rifles that 709 had? Possibly. No plans as of yet to do that, but 66 people here, 46 likes. Let's try to get up to 50 likes. That's another 4 likes, guys. Hit that like button. A scraper brought over 150 classic tractors for $1,000 each in Red Deer, Alberta, and they were stored in a shed. Heard that a few days ago. Massey Harris. I know, off topic. Totally off topic. Paul D. Enterprise D versus Compromised Enterprise F Showdown. That'd be cool. Merrick Wolf. I can relate to that horrible vision. It sucks. Yes, it does. It's usually not that bad, but the lighting's not great in here, so if I have more light, I can see better. Fleet Pass said, I had to break out my glasses today and read some fine print. I had to clean the dust off them before I could wear them. I need new ones or contacts, but I don't want to touch my eyeball. Yeah, I wore contacts occasionally when I was younger. I have no problem with them. Touching my eyeballs. It's hard to get used to, but once you do it, once you get used to it, you're fine. Jeff W., I got a feeling we're going to lose the Titan from this week's preview. No, it's going to be crippled. I guarantee it'll be crippled, and they can't use it. They're not going to lose it, though. It's not going to be destroyed. I don't think they're going to do that. Fan Geek says that would be awesome to see Enterprise D with the new CGI. We are used to seeing Enterprise D looking like a cartoon in space. Andy Clinton, has the franchise ever tried a Star Trek line of liqueurs? If not, they should. Yeah, there are Star Trek. There's like Chateau Picard, there's Romulan Ale, there is Canar, there is Klingon Blood Wine. Yeah, there are. Melted Copper. In Deep Space Nine, Romulan Ale was no longer illegal, and now it should be uber expensive since Romulus blew up. That's true. That's true. We call black liqueur beer crap in Swiss. Sturm von Alk, member for 31 months at the rank of ensign, says, hoping Captain Harry Kim brings the F. Captain Casey Stewart, Captain Foley, do you like Westerns? And have you been ever watched Nichols TV series? Like Nichelle Nichols TV series? I'm indifferent on Westerns. I enjoy them. I like things like Tombstone, 310 to Yuma, stuff like that. I enjoy. My dad is big into Westerns, and I used to watch Westerns all the time with him growing up. So definitely used to Westerns. I think you see a lot of those tropes in Mandalorian, obviously. Yeah, I like Westerns just fine, but I don't seek them out necessarily. So Terrence Childs, that's an entire classification of starships that are literally made upside down. The Cheyenne class is one of them. Okay. Ruby Sultra, Takai might even hobble onto a bridge. Okay. Jason Paris, is the Enterprise D saucer repaired and a new star drive section being attached to it, probably as a museum shipping the fleet moment. Shipping the fleet museum. Yes, the Enterprise D saucer was recovered and restored. Will it be attached to a new secondary or a new star drive section? Yes, I believe so. It is probably as a museum shipping the fleet museum. I don't know what that means, the last part. Swiss chocolate with Star Trek logos and ships on it would be cooler than licorice. The oh my God, I cannot read tonight. Oh my God. The Stalwartine from Stalwartinopia. Curse you guys and your YouTube names. Is there anyone else from TNG you wish they'd bring back for Picard episode? Anybody. Bring back Barclay. Bring back, like I said, Voyager people. Any of the Voyager crew would be awesome. Bring somebody back. Yes, absolutely. Talked about this quite often. Hey, Raymond and Anders, how's it going? Melted Copper. I am too lazy for contacts, and I like taking my glasses off. People look better with less detail. Plus, you look cool. You can take your glasses off and say something poignant, and then throw your glasses back on. O'Brien. Yeah, O'Brien's the default one you like to see back. He was in TNG and DS9, so yeah, bring O'Brien back. He's an awesome character. Did Star Trek Discovery spoil season 3 of Picard ending? No. Did not. Don't forget the Saurian brandy. I got a bottle of Saurian brandy right up there. Melted Copper. What is Worf's kid? Where is Worf's kid? Everyone else is doing the parent thing in season 3. Who gives a shit? Worf doesn't even remember that he has a kid, so. Jeff W. I don't drink, but they should release cheeses with the Picard wines. Donnie Pearson. I don't drink alcohol either, not even beer. Well, good for you. Melted Copper. So, you guys are in weed then? You guys are in weed then. I don't know what the fuck that means. We're in weed? Or do you mean, are we into weed? I mean, I'm personally not. I don't react well to THC. Sylvia smokes it every day to help with her pain and stuff. But I'm not big into weed. It is legal here though, so. Donnie says, I thought Worf's son Alexander became a grown-up in an episode of Deep Space Nine. Yes, he was stirring aboard one of the Klingon ships. Casey Stewart, Captain, name one of your favorite TV series from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Well, 60s is Star Trek. 70s... Archie Bunker, Jeffersons. 80s, there's too many. My God. Like Magnum PI, Thundercats, Transformers, Brave Star. Just going with cartoons there. But other than that, I mean, like, yeah, Magnum PI for sure. Fall Guy. Fall Guy is great. 70s, 70s Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica. 80s Knight Rider, there you go. There's another one. Lots. There's too many. We do whole lives talking about that stuff. So, Jason Paris. I mean that the Enterprise D is a museum ship. Sorry, typo. Yes, it would be a museum ship. 100%. Yes. Worf's kid is probably a Klingon activist. LOL. That's where his story arc was headed. Ruby Sultra, Quark. I could always see more Quark. Well, we did see him in Lower Decks, so that was good. Urs says, Troy opens the door and sees Riker in the shower. And it's all a dream. Fan Geek, how about Hen? Wedge, he had some good episodes as well. Hen? Do you mean Han? Han? And then Wedge? I don't know who you mean. Pleepaw, you only look cool if your glasses aren't covered in dust. That's also true. Paul, that would be messed up if a Dallas ending, yes. Fan Geek, when Wedge was doing the holodeck episode, imagine he was a hero. That's some shit I would do. When Wedge? Who the fuck is Wedge? Wedge Antilles? What do you mean Reginald Barkley? Is that who you're talking about? Caven Maven, have you checked out the Mirror TNG comics? Pretty good stuff if you haven't. Yes, I actually have the full, all of them in a softback, which I'm actually reading right now. It's downstairs. But yes, I do. The IDW comics are really good. Hey, Janik, how's it going? Zero F's Josh. If Star Trek Legacy happens, I hope Tom and Balana's kid is part of the show. Melted Copper, is it just me, or is there a lot of smoking in New Trek? It's true. It is true. It's a weird anomaly, but there's always been like no smoking signs. And like the motion picture in Star Trek 2, there's no smoking signs in the transporter room. So maybe smoking's more of an issue than we thought in the future. They just hide it very well. Ruby Sulcho, they could bring back anyone still alive. Yes, they could. They could bring back Pulaski, for Christ's sakes. Pulaski's still alive. Raymond Anders, great show tonight. Would love to see Andor Mark V class in the museum. Yeah, I'd love to see an Andor as well. Jeff W. 70s, you forgot Logan's Run and Planet of the Apes series adaptations. Okay. Fan Geek, I Dream of Jeannie. I swear to God, I had the hugest crush. My parents used to watch that. What else? Sanford and Son. There's so many. Chris W. If the D has a star drive section attached, theories. Salvage from one of the fleets destroyed in the Dominion War? Possibly, yes. Or it'd be really cool if it was the USS Challenger's star drive section, and that was actually under Georgie's command for a while before it became Commodore. That would be neat as well. Brett Maverick. Captain, did you have the hots for April in the original TMNT animated series? Yes, of course I did. Colin Barrett, I have the Eagle Moss Terran Enterprise D. It's a nice model. Yeah, the Mirror Universe ships are quite cool. Terrence says, if you had to fight the Jem'Hadar in a ground battle, would you rather use a gun from Aliens or a Federation phaser rifle? I'd rather use a Federation phaser rifle that's used correctly, which means wide beam, wide fucking dispersal, and, not fucking run out of ammunition or power packs as a trope, because the phaser should be able to last a long time, even doing stuff like wide beam. But they forget they have wide beam a lot, and then when it comes to battle of like AR-115 or whatever, whatever the fuck that episode was, absolutely hate that episode, by the way. They just treat it like it's a goddamn regular rifle. So that being said, you can't beat the sound of the Aliens rifle, so. Chat Productions, miss me? I bet not. Well, I've missed you. I've missed you with every bullet so far, so I've missed you. Ruby Sultra, I think you mean Ensign Reg. Yes. Eric Martin, if they take the D to Frontier Day, it's not linked to the other ships, so it won't set off the alarms. They can stay off the radar. True. Fleetboss says, I liked Pulaski. The hate is undeserved, in my opinion. Yes and no. In the first couple episodes, she is absolutely a bitch who just disrespects Data in every way possible. By the end of the season, though, she's much better. And yes, in our rewatch of that season, I've got a new appreciation for Pulaski. She's not as bad as I remember. But those first couple episodes, she's just an ignorant racist, unfortunately. So, and they were trying to pull off the whole McCoy thing, the gruff older doctor who, takes shots at Data, McCoy took at Spock, you green-blooded, whatever. So it just didn't play as well or as funny or as cute as they would have liked, and it made her look really bad. But they fixed it. They fixed it, and yeah, it's a shame she didn't stick around because she was actually turned into a pretty good character by the end of the season. Bob, the answer for all decades is Star Trek. Well, the only one in the '70s was, well, the movie, and of course the animated series, which is also really good. So, Fan Geek, yes, I'm voice texting, so I'm sorry, Reg Barkley, I need to stop voice texting. Yes, yes, you do. The Stalwartine says, it feels strange to see so much smoking and vaping in this series. It does, 100%. I don't know why they went to that. I mean, for one or two characters to have it as a bit of a foible is kind of funny. But to have every season have a new character that does it. First it was Raffi, then it was Rios, then it was Vatic. It's just like, stop. You don't need it in every season, guys. Chill out. One or two every once in a while is fine, but... Colin Barrett, the new star drive could have been recovered sections of the Enterprise drive suction in orbit. Oh, it would have been atomized, man. Had a warp core breach, it would have been atomized. There wouldn't be anything left. Bert Defect, TMNT April versus TMNT 2 April versus Michael Bay April. Thoughts? Are you talking as TMNT April? You're talking about the movie version, right? Yeah, she was a hottie for sure. TMNT 2, she was also hottie, but not anywhere nearly as cute. So she's just out of the picture altogether. Now we get to Michael Bay's. I mean, that is, what's her name? Megan Fox, and she is a goddamn fox. But not an April O'Neil. So for April O'Neil, definitely the first TMNT for sure. Absolutely. Melted Copper, a phaser you can hold and run with, then a giant super gun. Brett Maverick, April TMNT or April season 2 of Knight Rider. Here's the thing: I really had a crush on April from Knight Rider, a huge crush on her when I was younger. I was kind of glad that Bonnie left, honestly, but Bonnie did come back, which is fine. But April, I had such a thing for her. Oh my god. Now, being more refined, I look back and I'm like, no, it was definitely Bonnie was the one, for sure. Rebecca Holden, who played April, she was hot, don't get me wrong, but my tastes have changed somewhat. Like even going back to Gilligan's Island, I always loved Ginger. Marianne was just nothing, whatever. Looking back now, Marianne was where it's at. Ginger was too glamorized, too over the top. Marianne was the girl next door, and oh my god. New Yorker in Vegas. I'm excited for the IMAX screenings. Yeah. Donnie Pearson. I'm fine with the Enterprise, with what the Enterprise G would look like in the series finale of Star Trek Picard, to be honest. How do you know what the Enterprise G would look like? Andy Clinton, in Prodigy, is Admiral Janeway taking the kids on the Voyager A or B? It would be the A, for sure. The B is just being commissioned around the time of this last season of Picard, so. Melted Copper, I want Ralph to yell, damn, in a movie again. Damn. Mark Boyd, Pulaski actress, was in that creepy 70s movie, The Other. Lieutenant Raymond Anders, Captain Urs, use the phaser rifle 5. It is ugly, but it is really powerful. Going back to Mark Boyd's comment, though, yes, the Pulaski actress, Diana Mulgrew, she was also in TNG or TOS twice. She was in the episode "Is There No Truth in Beauty?" She played the blind lady, and she was also in Return to Yesterday. She was forget the character's name, but she was one of the ones that traded bodies with the orbs, so that they could build themselves android bodies. She was in that episode too. So, Fleet Paw throws in $5. That green-blooded son of a bitch. This is his revenge for all those arguments he lost. Melted copper. It's what all the cool kids are doing. Smoking is hip. Paul D. Only the villains are allowed to smoke. Eric Martin. I'm fading, Cap. If I stop chatting, you'll know why. A long day. No, don't close your eyes. You'll go into a coma. Keep your eyes open. Stay awake. Stay with us, Eric. Birth defect. Hearing Ralph and Joker is crazy. Chris Tenorino. Texas class ships may have saved the Romulan Star Empire. Soreka Vulcan. What are you drinking tonight, Captain? I have Canada Dry pomegranate ginger ale, which is really good. And I also have a Kraken black spice rum. The Kraken. Thoughts on Picard playing on IMAX? I think that's very cool. As a final movie, if the last 2 episodes are movie quality, which everybody says they are, they're cinematic, there's a true send-off to the TNG crew, I have no problem with it. I think it's fantastic. I just wish I hope I can see it. From what I've heard, there's none in Canada that are showing it, so. Jeff W., I want to see more of the blonde helmsperson from the Voyager episode Warhead. That was Mackenzie. Mackenzie Westman. Michael. Oh, is it Westman? Westmore. Westmore. Michael Westmore's daughter, Mackenzie. She's absolutely hot. And yes, Marianne, Gilligan's Island. Professor Brainy Specs. They go through starships too quickly in the late 24th and early 25th centuries. Oh, you're one of those. Why is the Enterprise after they retired after 15 years? They explained that, for fuck's sakes. They explained it in one of the Instagram logs. Irreparable systems damage on their last mission. Which again could be the fault of the changelings, but you got to remember, flagships are fucking used. They're ridden hard and put away wet. They're used. The Enterprise D only lasted 8 years before it got destroyed, so I have no problem with that at all. I hate that keeps coming up. Brett Maverick. Honestly, I would pick the redhead Betty Jo in 60s Petticoat Junction. Oh, yes. Albert, nice shirt, Captain. Go jellyfishies. Thank you, Albert. Melted copper. Fraser can appear. He isn't dead. That's true. Captain Bateson. He was in Lower Decks, though. He was in the first episode of this last season of Lower Decks, the past season. The Stalwart team. I forgot to mention who I'd want to see again. The EMH from Voyager. Yes, we've said that many times. He can come back for sure. That'd be awesome. Donnie Pearson says, I love Canada Dry, but have you tried the pomegranate Canada Dry? The cranberry Canada Dry is also very good, but melted copper, as long as it doesn't end with Robot Picard versus his old body as lactose. Jeff W., she could be captain of the Voyager B. Who could be? If we're talking about Janeway, the end of Prodigy, we see Voyager A shuttlecrafts. The beginning of Picard this season, you see Voyager B is commissioned, and it's a new ship. So, yeah. Colin Barrett. So next week, Troy gets to crash the Enterprise D again for old time's sake. That'd be hilarious. Soreka Vulcan, working on or acquired any new models lately? My Bandai Enterprise E, I actually filmed a video about that. That'll be out next Wednesday. Tomorrow's video on my Captain Foley personal channel is a visit to the Toys R Us, which is like a 5-minute drive from my house. So yes, I did the Bandai Enterprise E with the light up one. Beautiful model, beautiful model. Other than that, I haven't acquired any new models as of late, so no. Birth defect. The F is being retired because the keel is cracked from too many FTL jumps. Look at these dogs. Look at this. That does not look comfortable. Murray Nathan, Lorca, Pike, Rios, Shaw. One thing New Trek does right is cast captains, minus Newkirk. The dude reminds me of George McFly. Yeah, Paul Wesley as Kirk is not a good choice. But yes, all the other ones, let's see. Lorca, yes. Pike, yes. Rios, yes. Shaw, yes. You're absolutely right. They're all fantastic. Birth defect, the EMH for Voyager. Andy Dick. Well, the Mark II, yeah. Australia is not real. Just ask a flat earther throws in $5 Australian and says, bad financial decision. What, throwing in a $5 super chat? Yeah, it probably is. Westmore's daughter, yes. Robin's man says, new trailer for episode 9 really makes it sound like they're going back to the Fleet Museum to take out an older ship. Come on, Enterprise D. That's exactly what's going to happen. Melted copper. Locutus Borg in the dead Picard body versus new Robo Picard. Dun 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 dun. Fleetpaw says, see him build the Enterprise E. Yes, I did a live building it. But today I did the follow-up video, the review of the actual kit itself and the finished model, which, like I said, was edited. It'll be uploaded and on the Captain Foley personal channel next Wednesday. So, New Yorker in Vegas. What are your thoughts on the way Master Replicas has handled their Star Trek rollout? It's all like overstock shit that they've got a hold of, and they're releasing it in chunks. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I see why they're doing it. Logistically, it makes sense to kind of gauge interest and stuff, but they really need to make new ships. We've got a ton of new ships in these new shows, both Prodigy, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, and Picard now. Probably Discovery, and I don't fucking know. Anyway, so we need new ships being made. That's what I want to see. Who gives a shit? This other stuff that we've all seen before that they just got overstock of and are selling. That's great that people can get their hands on it, but I'm not super pleased with the way it's been done, honestly. But LDG hashtag free the net. Not giving Picard any passes just for having a good last episode. Okay, never asked you to. Who cares? If you don't like it, too bad. If you haven't enjoyed season 3 up till now, you're probably not going to enjoy no matter how good the last 2 episodes are. And I think you're probably like Salty Trekker and a bunch of those other guys that have not really enjoyed this season. And I feel bad for you guys, man. I really do. It's just have some fun with it. So anyway, whatever. Don't give them a free pass. Don't watch it. See if I give a shit. Captain Casey Stewart. Captain, would you want an Intrepid, Sovereign, or Galaxy class starship? Like for real? Like the command one? For me, it'd be the Galaxy class. 100%. It's luxurious. It's big. It's powerful. It's got holodeck technology, so you can actually command those other two if you really wanted to. But yeah, it's just got the comfort and everything. The Sovereign, it's a little too militaristic for my liking, but not as comfy inside. So I'd go with the Galaxy class. Chris Tenorino, what if the Enterprise multiverse of Picard had another human genome colony? Founder is a John Archer and Dr. Erickson. Malcolm Reed was make Moab or of the Borg. I have no idea what any of that means, so I'm just going to move on. Lieutenant Raymond Anders, is Canada Dry in Canada more fresher than in Arkansas? It's more fresher. I don't know what you mean. Paul, at my nearest Walmart, they have Kirk, Spock, and Khan action figures. Yes, they have those here now as well in Toys R Us. Fleetpaw, you got to watch my Captain Foley personal channel tomorrow when the Toys R Us video comes out, because sure enough, they have them, but they're not the same ones you bought me. They're Playmates, but the packaging's different. And I make a note of that when I see them and I mention you. So, and Donnie, if you're still here, I mention you too. Jim Carrey Kirk was the best. Wow, that's Paul Wesley. A lot of people compare Paul Wesley to him. So, Fleetpaw, this season up Picard has erased the past two. Yeah. Well, not for LDG. He's just a curmudgeon. Fleetpaw. Colin Barrett, when stealing the Enterprise, Seven could first pay a visit to Voyager to retrieve a backup copy of the EMH. Ooh, there you go. That'd be great. LDG, I hear you, I do, but understand, I don't see that as a good thing. Don't see what is a good thing. That the whole season's been good? Okay. Winged Saber, I wish they could release the USS Vancouver. I asked the Parliament class. The Stalwarton. I'm the strange one who wants to see another commercially available New Orleans class starship. Am I the strange one? No, you're not. Andy Clinton. Wow, tickets go out for free tomorrow for IMAX shows on April 19th. Go out for free. What? Free tickets to IMAX. Professor Brainy Specs. I think Picard season 3 has been pretty good. Okay. I enjoy hate watching. Nothing wrong with that. Sure. Melted Copper. I thought cloning robots and writing androids like they were aliens, complete with Space God, was just the nest writing ever. Hey, clone Honda Civics in the future, I guess. Can you clone a car? Does not compute. LDG says, I learned to enjoy that, kind of like when watching wrestling when the bad guy shows up. Yeah. Jeff W., I think that Voyage episode Vox is going to be the main event, and the next episode will be like the Next Generation episode of Family or the Enterprise episode Home. Kind of like a wrap up. Yeah, I think so. With the legacy of the TNG characters, I think that might be the case. That's why I think the next one's going to be the one people are really going to enjoy. So, except for LDG and Salty, they're just going to be miserable and hate everything about it. Birth Defect. You have Toys R Us up there? I have 2 Toys R Us in London. One's 5 minutes from my house. The other one's on the other side of town, about 20 minutes away. Yes. Canada's Toys R Us never went anywhere. We've had Toys R Us for years, since like the 80s. And when you guys lost yours, we still have ours. So, ha, ha, ha. And if you want to see what it's like, tune in tomorrow to my Captain Foley personal channel where I go on a Toys R Us run. Brett Maverick, thoughts on Dana Delaney, good looking or not? Yeah, I had a huge crush on Dana Delaney back when she was in China Beach. I would say yes. Yes, she is good looking, but it's not a hot look. It's something about her is kind of like a girl next door kind of look, but not really. She's a hard one to describe. She can be very attractive, but it's a very subtle, subdued attractive. I don't know how else to explain it, but yes, Dana Delaney, 100%. Mark Lawrence shows in $2. Maybe now that Data is back, he'll fix the lighting. You wish. Chris Tenorino, Galaxy Class is a cruise ship. It is. Hypno Amber, even better. Robo Picard and Locutus Picard team up as your favorite crime-fighting duo on the newest show. Mark Boyd says, China Beach, babe. Yes. Fleetpaw. Wait. A Sovereign class is too militaristic, says the man who designed the Foley class dreadnought. I think I just had a mini stroke from feeling faint. Bring me bourbon. All right, but you got to remember, the Sovereign was designed after the Galaxy class. The Galaxy class was built in a time of unprecedented peace for the Federation. Hence, that level of comfort, that level of bright interiors. It's a beautiful ship. It does feel like a cruise liner or like a flying Hilton hotel. To go from that to the Sovereign class is a very militaristic step. Makes sense with what was going on with the Dominion War and stuff, so not a problem. And with the Borg threat, not a problem at all, but it's way more militaristic. If you looked at the interiors of the Foley class compared to the interiors of a Constitution class like the Enterprise, they're pretty much identical. So it's the same kind of ship. Sure, it's made for a little bit of saber rattling at the border with the Klingons, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, it's a little more militaristic ship, and it does have the ability to separate and do the multi-vector thing. So that's fine. It is more militaristic in that regard. However, aesthetic-wise, in the interior, it's very much the same. So it's just the style of ships that were being made by Starfleet at the time. It's not anything outside the box of what they were doing. So, Fleetpa, you need to step back. Just saying. Robin's Man 1016. Quick story. My late father moved Kate Mulgrew and her husband when he took a book of mine more for her to autograph. Her assistant accidentally threw it out. Oh my God, that's awful. To make it up to me, she gave me her copy of Star Trek Encyclopedia that she was gifted when she was cast. It says, "Welcome to the 24th century, Kate." I still have it. Oh, that is awesome. Melted Copper. Data was cloned. Did you watch that season? Data was cloned. Did I watch that season? That season of what? And when was Data cloned? The fuck are you talking about? Chris Tenorino, what happened to Voyager's probe? What happened to Voyager probe's golden record? Might have solved the problem from the first Star Trek motion picture plot hole. What happened to Voyager's probe's golden record? May have solved the problem for the first Star Trek motion picture plot hole. It broke off. Maybe it didn't have. Maybe Voyager 6 didn't have a golden record because they were at 6 Voyagers by then, not just 2. Maybe they didn't include one with it. Who's to say? New York and Vegas. Dana Delaney is office hot. Office hot. I like that. I like coworker hot. Fleet Paw says, check out Foley's personal channel. There's the link for the Foley's personal channel if you haven't checked it out. Or subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to it. Jeff W. Well, we're getting Toys R Us back in a section in Macy's store to start. Murray Nathan. Animani, totally insane. Dana Delaney, Animaniacs. Those are the facts. Those are the facts, Jack. Captain Casey Stewart. Captain, best steam locomotive in Canada and location. No idea. There's a really great one in St. Thomas, though, which is like 20 minutes from me. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of them around. Mark Boyd. Oh my God. Delaney voiced Lois Lane in the Time Superman cartoons, right? I think so. Yes. LDG hashtag free the net throws in $20. My man, I've been bashing on you, and you throw me in a $20 super chat. Mad respect to you, my friend. Mad respect. Hashtag ships fall in space. Hashtag pointless security scan. Hashtag we got Jack Squat. Hashtag Vulcan blood oath. Hashtag Klingons play dead. Hashtag airlock bridge. Just to name a few. Hashtag Trekkie for life. Despite New Trek. I respect that. I could argue. I could make counterpoints to all those things, but I'm not going to because I respect you. We could have a debate. We could have a fucking debate one day. But, yeah. Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you so much. That one wasn't as bad going down. Birth defect. I can't remember how the blueprints work for the Galaxy class. Were there living quarters on the underside of the saucer with windows in the floor? Good question, to which I really have no solid answer. Yeah, we'll just move on. I could look them up. I got the blueprints right over there, but yeah. The Stalwart team. I'm gonna love paying the close attention to the news next year to see if anyone mentions a police chase in Los Angeles involving 2 women in a stolen cop car. Oh yes, Rafi and 7 around the convention center downtown or something. I don't know. Fleetpaw, Wingsaber, no, sir. No current events and modern day politics here. Leave that outside. What the fuck did Wingsaber say? He loves the New Orleans class. And I wish they would release the USS Vancouver. Okay. Dan Bevan, shame. Data's human now. Can you imagine one of those TNG scenes where Geordi is working on Data and you see his internal circuitry? Nowadays, they'd make him look like a gaming PC because it's cinematic. I will not argue with that. Them going cinematic, yeah, that's one thing I can complain about is the darkness of the sets. Even the actors complain about it. Beverly or Gates, Gates McFadden. Sorry, I can't remember her name. Gates McFadden complained that she couldn't see the card across the bridge because it was so fucking dark. And yet you got the showrunner saying it's not dark, it's cinematic. Yeah, it is, but it's also fucking dark. And then when it gets shown in a darker setting, because the settings at Paramount Plus were wrong, so it was super dark when it got released for 2 episodes, really pissed them off. You know what? If it wouldn't have been that dark, if it would have been TNG bright, it wouldn't have mattered so much that it was presented and aired the wrong setting. So it was too dark, dude. It's just that simple. Season 1 of Picard, fractal neural cloning is what produced Daj and Soji. Yes. Is that the cloning of Data that we're talking about? Melted Copper. Picard season 1, 2 positrons, and we could clone Data's consciousness. Yeah, that was a little fucking stupid, but that's season 1, so. Neil Hammersmith, fractal cloning was mentioned in Picard season 1. Paul D, just looked at the link for IMAX. Hey, they listed my city. That is awesome, Paul. Go see it. Birth defects. My dream living quarters for a ship would be a corner room with no gravity and windows in the deck and overhead. LDG gives me a smiley face. Thank you so much. Chris Tenorino, does South Park now exist in the new Star Trek with cursing? Possibly. Captain Casey Stewart, Christopher Lloyd in The Mandalorian, or Christopher Lloyd in A Man and a DeLorean. It was weird seeing him in The Mandalorian. That role wasn't great. His acting wasn't great, honestly. But Colin Barrett, 25th century Eric Cartman would be in Telluride. Chris Tenorino, Data is the skin job Cylon. I mean, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. See, we have 73 likes. Can we get another 7 likes? Can we get to 80 likes? I think I'm probably going to be winding down soon, unless you guys really have a lot more to say. But yeah, if you guys want to change the topic to how hot April was or something, I don't know. Or Megan Fox, which movie she was hottest in, something like that. I'm willing to stick around. I'm just saying. But let's try to get to 80 likes. Anyway, moving on. All right. The Stalwartine. My made-up reason for all the darkness is less light pollution in space. In space, no one can see you turn on a light. Wingsaber, they easily could have filmed in a Voyager Dark or yesterday's Enterprise Dark. Neil Hammersmith, Ross or Sutherland class? Trying to think what a Sutherland class looks like. I do love the Ross class, so I will say that. The Ross class would probably win for me. Sutherland class. Let me look that up. Hold on. Sutherland class. STO. Ross class. Yeah, I'd say Ross class. Don't get me wrong, Sutherland's nice, but it's got to be Ross class. Jeff W., did they explain how data was recovered? I assume it was his download and before that they were able to separate them. That's what's implied because they are at Daystrom Institute in season 1, not Daystrom Station, Daystrom Institute. And B4 is in the drawer, so it's implied, or I think it's mentioned in dialogue actually by Girardi, that from the information that was uploaded to B4 that they were able to do that. So, yeah. FanGeek says, what the hell am I going to watch when Picard and Mandalorian is over? I don't know, and they're over in the same fucking week, too. I don't know, man. Watch Trekyards. We will continue to do lives and have good top 10s, and we're going to continue our look at TNG. I think we're on season 5. We're going to be reviewing those. We're going to get back to those. We'll always have stuff to talk about here. We've been going for almost 9 years now, so will we run out of things? No, we still have a whole list of things we'd like to cover, so don't worry. We're going to be here. As for new stuff, you got to wait till June for Strange New Worlds to come out. But there's always something on, something to watch. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Dan Bevan. Yeah, cinematic is meh. Lucky season 3 is overall superb quality that I view the downside are holes in the same way I do with Trek, Legacy Trek. Just funny or silly, not enough to bring the whole season down. Yes, I agree. And there are some little nitpicks and niggles here and there that really bother me with this season. LDG, you'll be happy to hear that. But the thing is, you can't critique it. You can't criticize it, because when you criticize it, Metalis on Twitter will like block you. I've done so much good stuff for the fans. Why would they complain about it? Because that's what, I don't know if you've noticed, but that's what fans like to do. They like to nitpick and like, not necessarily nitpick, that might be the wrong way to say it. They like to criticize, they like to see what's wrong, they like to see the chinks in the armor, they like to theorize about how this could be explained in universe, things like that. It's what fans do. So we just can't criticize it because he thinks he's done such a great job that why would anybody criticize him? They should be only giving him praise. Yeah, get some praise. You did a fucking great job. You got the TNG cast back there. It feels like Trek. Awesome. Yay. But, dude, I know a lot of people he's blocked because they said like small little things. That's not how you handle things. That's like fucking so childish. So I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, there we are. Mark Boyd, ready for Strange New World Season 2. Yes. Can Vegas top 5 hottest 80s cartoons characters. Go. Oh, good God. I would need to research that, I'm sure. Captain Casey Stewart. Captain Rank shows the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, or Green Acres. Captain's Rank shows. Captain, rank these shows. Jesus Christ. The Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, or Green Acres. I would say Beverly Hillbillies is my favorite, followed by Petticoat Junction, and then Green Acres. Raymond Anders, if Data had a son, it would be named Game Boy. Casey Stewart, I say Petticoat Junction because Steam Train. It was not a great steam locomotive, honestly. Fleet Paw, can I take a moment and say that Jamie Lee Curtis is hot as fuck in True Lies, especially when she does the sexy dance for Arnold. I mean, body-wise, on point. Hair-wise, Jamie Lee Curtis has looked better. She's also looked worse. But, yeah, she is kind of sexy in True Lies. But in, like, that, honestly, yeah, the girl next door, the wife across the street kind of vibe. 100%. I got a neighbor who's the wife is kind of like that, so anyway, sure. Anyway, Melted Copper. They really could have left Data die and have Lore evolve as a character than stretch so much to make Data return again. It's like Space Jason. I disagree. I think they did a fantastic job with it. Jeff W. Shutters. The Last Drive in with Joe Bob Biggs. Starts that part. What the fuck does that even mean? Shutter's Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Biggs starts that Friday. I have no idea what the fuck that is, so. The Stalwart Teen. Raymond's joke is a bit eerie because the Japanese show Gossiger had an arcade cabinet that was also a robot named Data's. Melted Copper. Aeon Flux. Not the 80s cartoon, but hot indeed. I remember Aeon Flux. I thought she was a little too skinny, honestly. LDG. Nitpick is not shameful. It's fun. It's all about geeking out on Trek. He needs to grow up. Yes, he does. And yes, it is fun. But you also got to praise the good things they do. And I think you and Salty Trekker in particular don't necessarily call out all the good. You overlook a lot of it, you glaze it over, and you just kind of call out more of the bad. There's a lot more good than bad in this season, and especially compared to seasons 1 and 2. So to just focus on the negative, shame on you. Paramount paid the usual arbitrary hate YouTubers off. LDG, if we didn't nitpick, then we should worry. Then he should worry. Yeah, but that's not how he sees it. Hypno Amber, there's always the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who to look forward to. We get the 10th Doctor and Donna Noble back for a little bit. Oh, fuck Donna Noble. I don't even like Doctor Who, all right? But one thing I can tell you is I can't stand Donna Noble. So, ugh. Yeah, and I don't give a shit about the Doctor Who anniversary, so. Donnie Pearson, I'm ready for season 2 of Strange as well. Fan Geek, compared to Picard seasons 1 and 2, season 3 is a masterpiece, and it's vice versa with Mandalorian season 1 and 2 are masterpieces in season 3. They're just getting up other characters the whole time. I don't have a problem with season 3 of Mandalorian. I'm enjoying it overall, so. Casey Stewart, Terry did a great job with season 3, but he is a little too far up his ass. Yeah, and he's getting more and more up his ass the longer he goes and the more praise he gets. That's a bad thing. Naming a starship after where you're from and the year you were born, come on. That's rookie fan film shit. I'm sorry. And a planet named Metalis. Yes, I know this was done in Enterprise when he worked on Enterprise, the planet Metalis, but to have it in your own show, your own season, and have it revisited like 3-4 times with Metalis on screen, it's a little much. It's a little much. It's fan film levels of like gratuitous like dick stroking, if you ask me. But whatever. What do I know? Being nitpicky is part of being a movie critic. Yes. Chris Tenorino, Dinosaur Squad, from all 50 episodes was extensively used for the first season of Anywhere from Power Rangers. Mateo Vincent, is anyone going to tell Data he has a daughter? No. Paul D, have a good night. Oh, night, Paul. Wing Saber, speaking of Jamie Lee Curtis, had some Activia. Gotta be right back. He's gotta go take a shit. He's got healthy cultures in his stomach due to the yogurt he's been eating. Donnie Pearson, speaking of, I got a Hasbro Astro Megazoid toy for Easter Sunday, and I love it so dearly to my heart, soul, mind, and strength. The inspiration for that Megazoid was Defiant from DS9. Nice. Melted Copper. If Mike Myers is done murdering Laurie Strode over and over again, when is Jason coming to kill Tommy Jarvis for 4 films in a row? Corey Feldman isn't doing anything. That's great. Chris Tenorino. What if this Data can shoot Kai blasts like Dragon Ball Z? New Yorker in Vegas. Do you wish there had been more cameos so far this season? If so, who? Everybody fucking asked me this. Yes, I wish there was more. As I said, I'd love to see B'Elanna back. I would love to see fucking give us Captain Harry Kim on the Enterprise F, please. And yeah, as was mentioned earlier, the Doctor. Give us the Doctor from Voyager, seriously. Good, more Donna Noble enjoyment. Yeah, please, by all means. I didn't even fucking like Rose or whatever the fuck her name was. Piper or whatever the fuck. She's also fucking hideous. Whatever. Yes. All more for you. Captain Foley, I have to say I admire you for your consistency whenever I spoke to detachable nacelles. I personally think they look kind of goofy, but I will always appreciate you sticking to your guns. Yeah, it's the fucking future, my dudes. As I said, if fucking people had told you like 20 years ago you'd be able to charge your phone by placing it on a pad, you would tell them, all right, that's fucking unlikely, you dumb bitch. But no, it's fucking true. And soon there'll be induction charging. I don't know if you know anything about the goddamn communicators in TNG and the phasers, but when they're on the ship, the whole ship is an induction field. Those are getting charged. So when you do go on a away mission, they last for like fucking months, first of all, but they're constantly charged when they're on the ship. That's pretty fucking awesome future tech. They'll just be able to walk into your house and have your phone on you and have it be charging. It's coming, and it seems far-fetched. So future tech, I have no problem with the detached nacelles. I think it's a perfect progression of technology. So thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. People don't agree with me, but I don't care. Hypno Amber. Oh, Captain, you're breaking my Whovian heart. But seriously, this season of Picard has been so amazing. Much needed good sci-fi for me. Yes. Dan Bevan. Yeah, season 3 has been great, but the blocking is uncalled for and a little vain. Trekyards is always balanced and fair. It's why I've watched for like 8 years. Still, certain fans love to always be right. Jeff W. Shudder is a horror movie streaming. I know what Shudder is, yes. Owned by AMC Network, yes. And The Last Drive-In is a horror movie host program on Shudder. Haven't heard of The Last Drive-In, but I knew what Shudder was. I'm subscribed to Shudder, but Fifth Fleet Paw. I'll give my 2 cents. What Terry calls shitting on season 3, I call constructive criticism. Some people can't take criticism for shit, even the most basic constructive critique. Yeah, I agree. Fan Geek says Mandalorian is good. I just nitpick obvious things. Just wish we got more than 10 episodes of Picard and Mandalorian. Then you could have character development episodes left and right. Agreed. Dan Bevan, and I'm so glad I'm not the only one who granted Metalis deserves praise for season 3, but my God, he needs to stop with referencing himself. Yeah. The Style Routine, the Astro Mega ship is just the Millennium Falcon in giant robot form. Sure. Anyway, going back to Dan's thing with Metellus referencing himself. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason I called the Foley class the Foley class. This was before Trekyards existed when I designed this. I wanted my name, Foley, to be in some way referenced and in the world of Star Trek. So when you see Foley class, you might not know who the fuck designed it, but goddamn, the name Foley is out there. Then Trekyards came along and I became Captain Foley. So yeah, it was self-referential to make the Foley class the Foley class. The original registration for it was going to be NCC 1974, the year I was born. I'm glad I didn't do that because Metalis did it with the New Jersey with 1975. I'm glad I didn't do that. I changed it to 2174 to be a little bit more like 74 is my birth year still. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted my name to be a part of Star Trek in some way. So I designed the Foley class, called it the Foley class. There it's the Foley class. A little self-referential, but that was like 10 years ago. Since then, I've learned a lot, and since then, I became Captain Foley. So now Captain Foley is much more associated with Star Trek than the Foley class. But so to make the Foley class seems really arrogant to me to call it the Foley class when I'm Captain Foley and I want to command the ship. That would be the Foley class. So I've created a whole little story as to why it actually is called the Foley class and why it's Captain Foley of the USS Foley and how that sounds so stupid. And even the Captain Foley thinks that sounds fucking stupid. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The fact is, I wanted my name to be a part of Star Trek in some way. Designing the ship was like the way I thought I could do that. And then Trekyards became a thing, and now Captain Foley is known for more associated with Star Trek than the Foley class. So yeah, I get the self-referential thing, but that's why I say it's very fan filmy of him to do that. The Metalis planet, the New Jersey, 1975. it's a little bit much. And it's fan filming. Like you create a fan film, you want to put your name on something that's cool. I don't know. I'm probably harping on it too much. I like the guy. I respect the guy. He did a really good job. I really appreciate everything he's done. But see the chinks in the armor, and it's like, just eat some humble pie, and just let people thank you for what you've done. Don't, like somebody else said, don't get your head so far up your ass. I don't know. I'm done talking about that right now. When you have only 10 episodes a season, you kind of have a one-way plot, unfortunately. Mark Boyd, I just got some TOS Goldie comics, and they're hilarious. Yeah, I've got some of those too. There's a lot of funny shit in those. Sean T, octopuses had 9 brains and too many eyes in each arm. This is what Loretta evolves to. Oh wait, those are squid or jellyfish. We need 4K now. Okay. Fleetpaw continues and says, when you get that far out there that you can't even take basic criticism, it's you that are the problem, not everyone else. Casey Stewart says, we saw someone from Voyager now. We need to see someone from DS9 this season of Picard. I agree. Bashir would be awesome. Never complain about Star Trek, only say positive stuff. Okay. Can Data show past shows through his eyes like Trekyards? Maybe. The Stalwart teen, Worf is technically from DS9. That's very true. Very true. Peter Lukaku, $2.20. Hey, how does gravity plating work, Cap? No one knows. Melted Copper, Critters versus Gremlins. Gremlins for the win. Mr. Stafford, it's good to see you all. Good to see you too. Kit 10K. Yo, Cap, saw you were still on before I go into work and I decided to drop in. I myself am not a fan of detached nacelles in Discovery, but I will admit it is an interesting. I know. Thank you. Good to see you, Kit 10K. And I know nobody's a fucking fan of them. Everybody thinks they're fucking stupid. I disagree. So, Gremlin holds up. Just watched with my nephew. Yes. Olivia is here and gifted 1 membership to, let's see, and Zoe's Family Vlog. And Zoe's Family Blog has gifted a membership. So, and Zoe's Family Vlog, you are an ensign. Welcome to the channel. Peter Lukaku just had the best deep fried devil's eggs. It's the first I'm hearing those exist. I love deviled eggs for sure. I love deep fried things. I think I would be on board with trying this. Olivia Julius throws in $5. Everyone on the USS Indianapolis must hit like captain's orders. She is captain of the USS Indianapolis for now. Apparently she upgraded his membership to Admiral, even though I have no proof of this yet. So soon she'll be getting a hero ship and will be off of the USS Indianapolis. But as of right now, if you are serving on the USS Indianapolis in the Trekyards fleet, you must hit like. You haven't ordered so by your captain. Fleet Captain Foley sounds good too. Melted Copper. Captain Mick Foley raw is Trek. Foley is God. Jeff W. I can see the name New Jersey, but maybe use the battleship hull number 62 in the registry from the original battleship. I agree. Dan Bevan. Nothing wrong with the Foley class. That kind of stuff is great and a bit more refined. If Metallus had one or the other, then fair enough. He deserves it. But naming half the universe after yourself, nah. That's a little excessive. I don't think he's done that necessarily, but I don't know. New Yorker in Vegas. I would have named the USS New Jersey after the battleship Gene Roddenberry served on in World War II as an homage to the Great Bird of the Galaxy. And that's what Terry Metallus will probably say he did, was referencing that. Peter Lukaku says, nice shirt, Captain. Encounter Farpoint aliens? No, they're just jellyfish. The Stalwart Teen says, I wish I knew the recipe for baking humble pie. The final week. Have you tried getting Metallus on Trekyards? I noticed he's willing to do interviews with quite a few YouTube channels. Oh yeah, we've talked to him quite a few times. he's always kind of just ducked out. Um, that's a whole complicated history. We talked to him even before the season started too, and the first couple episodes he was on board to come on and do interviews pretty much right away, but always got busy, got called away. And we're also really close with Dave Blass. Dave Blass actually moved from LA to Toronto area, and this was after season 2 of Picard, or just at the end of season 2. And I actually, through Sylvia has a friend who she went to high school with who's a real estate agent. We put Dave Blass in touch with the real estate agent. So we've helped Dave Blass. We talk to him quite often. He, of course, has Metallis's ear constantly. So yeah, we've talked about getting them on the show. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. We'll see how that goes. But Jeff Sturm, I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to go on the Discord to talk to anyone yet. I've been on the Discord for a few months. Well, there you go. I don't have a chance to talk on there much myself, so. Melted Copper, The Rock finally returns to Star Trek. Jaws, Captain, is there a place in Starfleet for massive carrier type starships? I know they exist in STO, but should we have them added in the Trek TV film? Do they gel with Starfleet doctrine? Yes and no. I don't think fighters as a whole work in Star Trek. We did a whole video talking about fighters in Star Trek and how they don't make any sense, yet they're in Starfleet battles. There you see them in like DS9, a lot of the DS9 battles. It seems like kind of they'd be picked off pretty quick by these capital ships. I love the idea of having like the USS Valkyrie, like that huge carrier type ship in Trek. I really like that idea. But the fact that fighters don't make a lot of sense in Trek kind of negates the need for a carrier. So yes and no on that one. That's a tough call for me. I would love to see a carrier. I like maintaining the naval aspect to Starfleet, but Jeff W., if I can ask here, I haven't seen my ship assignment yet on Trekyards YouTube membership. On Trekyards. When did you join, Jeff? Because it'll probably be this weekend if you joined like late last week. You should be seeing it already. I can probably go take a look. You should. Fleetpaw, can you find out what ship Jeff W is assigned to, please? It's on the Discord. And yeah, I don't know if it's the latest batch has been rolled out yet. I don't know when you got your assignment, or did you get gifted it? Did you sign up? I don't know what's going on with you, Jeff. But yeah, it'll be soon. Don't worry. Chris Tenorino, both new tribbles are critters. Fleet assignments get rotated weekly. You'll get yours in a bit. Yes. Jonathan Riddle, hey, if you're streaming on Tuesday, does that mean the tractor beam and torpedoes arrived? Somebody said that at the very beginning of this stream, and no, that's next Tuesday. Jeff Sturm, they make little videos at the end of Trekyards videos that show the ship assignments, and they're also on the Discord. Yes. Lieutenant Raymond Anders, the States class has the USS New Jersey in 2315 in beta canon Star Trek Lost Years. But I bet she doesn't have the registry in 1975. Fleetpaw, I haven't had much time to do anything this week, laughing my ass off. Work is running my ass ragged. I've worked 2 days this week, and I'm almost at 30 hours already. Jesus Christ, Fleetpaw. I'm glad you're here then, at least. Peter Lukaku, Insurgents is around the corner. I think you mean Resurgence. Not getting info on console supported. I got Xbox, Series Xbox. Hope it's on that. Yeah, it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC. Yeah, it's on all of those. Don't worry. Fighters in Trek video. Thank you for sharing that, Fleetpaw. Wing Saber. Automated fighters make sense in Star Trek, but possibly better as a star-based defense. Automated, yes, 100%. Dean Fa, come this Thursday episode of Picard's title Vox. Yes. A Bashir appearance would be fun. If it were me, I'd make him spearheading a new, slightly more open Section 31 as an explanation as to why everyone knows about them. Siddig is amazing at playing leaders. But the problem is everybody knows about them in every other fucking era, so it wouldn't make sense. Jeff W says I signed myself up last week. Okay, yeah. Then you should have seen it on the last 2 videos that were out. Like you should have seen it on the weekend videos, honestly. But sometimes there's a delay because it does take some shuffling and making a whole new video. So it'll definitely be this weekend. You'll see them. Brainy Specs, don't use fighters, just launch 100 shuttles from the Enterprise. There's a reason to, exactly. Mark Lawrence, which rank? Oh, he's captain. He should have a ship then. You should already be signed a ship, Jeff. Casey Stewart says, Captain, do you like the original ship Battlestar Galactica or the new Battlestar Galactica ship? The original one. I prefer the original one. I don't mind the new one. Like that's a show that reimagines things properly as a reimagining, not as a fuck all the shit that came before. We're going to do our own thing. No, that's actually pays a lot of homage to the original stuff. So I like the new Battlestar Galactica, but I also like the old one, the old design. So. Chris Tenorino, Delta Flyer is a fighter. It's not, but okay. I see why you say that. Mr. Captain 93, on a scale of 1 to 10, what level of disappointment are you prepared for behind the red door? Also, do the Rolling Stones paint it black in the next episode? That'd be awesome, but they're not going to do that, no. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what level of disappointment are you prepared for? Prepared for at least a 6. Jeff Sturm, Section 31 is just a cover for the much more notorious Section 31.1. Melted copper. At least when it goes bad, it's fun watching the Red Letter Media guys flip their shit. I enjoy their shit too. I really do. They're best of the worst. When they talk about Star Trek, I'm like, because they don't get it. Then don't get me wrong, like Mike knows his shit. He knows his lore. But they don't at the same time. Like they're calling Vadic Vedic, even though her name has been said Vadic multiple times, but they get confused with Vedics from Deep Space Nine. So they call her Vadic. It's just, or Vedic, or what the fuck do they call her? Vedic. Yeah. Anyway. He doesn't have an assignment yet. I've reached out to Brett Stewart. Oh, thank you, Fleepa. Okay, I'll let you have one soon, Jeff. No problem. I was just wondering how it all worked. Yeah, you'll see it this weekend on our... And this is a good time to actually become a member because there's going to be a lot of cool shit in this last 2 episodes. So a lot of people are going to see those videos. And in those videos, your name will be in those at the end. So you'll be assigned to a ship. You'll have a ship of your own as you're a captain. So great time to join up as a captain or an admiral, for sure, for sure. But yeah, there's promising to be a lot of cool stuff in the next 2 episodes. So Peter Lukaku throws in $22. Got here late. If you're still honoring shots, take one. And what are you shooting? Shooting Kraken. Kraken's black spiced rum. So thank you very much, Peter Lukaku. Cheers to you, sir. Casey Stewart. I like Lauren Green as Adama. Lauren Green is fantastic, but so is the new Adama. I can't remember his name. New Yorker in Vegas. Captain, who are your favorite screenwriters in Trek history? I know. Kurtzman is at the top of the list. Screenwriters, DC Fontana for sure. Why am I drawing a blank? DC Fontana. Judith and Garfield Reeve Stevens. I think they might only do books, but they do really good work. Did Michael Pillar write? I know he was really, really good. That's a good question. Very good question. The Scorpion in Nemesis is a fighter. It is, but it's not a Federation fighter. So, Dan Bevan, just get yourself a vehicle replicator and a space catapult and throw the damn things out of the shuttle bay for the automated fighter squadron. I like that. Just make them solid hunks of like metal, just projectiles. General Grievous, I would like to see a descendant of a legacy character from TOS show up in the modern Trek, like McCoy or Scotty, or maybe the grandchild of Uhura and the guy she locked up on the same ship. Okay. Don't forget Panic Pecker. Oh, please forget Panic Pecker. Jeff W., I think Picard or Riker is going to die. There you go. It's Captain 93. Does the Enterprise D get the lower deck movie treatment? Meaning what? It gets crashed again? General Grievous, Vadix, your changeling delivery service on time. Melted Copper, between Picard and Riker dying, it will be more likely to be Riker since they have killed Picard once already. Then again, Data twice. He might re-die. I don't think they'll kill Riker. I think they'll kill Troy. I can see them killing Troy, but I can't see them killing Riker. Jonathan Riddle, maybe the pronunciation of Vadic changes every Tuesday. Edward James, almost. Thank you. Yes, he does a fantastic job of playing Adama. Casual Trekker throws in $5. If the big bad behind the door is the Borg, will it bring the last 2 episodes as the least favorites of season 3, or will you base it off the story? I won't be thrilled if it's the Borg, honestly. I think that's just a fucking cop-out. Because we've had the Borg since season 1 of Picard, honestly, and it's played a big part in season 1 and 2. I don't need it to bookend the series with that shit. I'd rather it be a surprise and something good. But I'll still base it off. I'll base it off member berries. I love member berries. When the Enterprise D shows up, I'm going to be like, oh my god, that's amazing. Can't wait to see how it's lit inside. Maybe I might already know. I don't know. I think it'll be great. So we'll have to see how it goes, and story-wise and character-wise, if this is a good send-off for the TNG crew. Even if the Borg is attached to it and that's the big bad or whatever, all right, fine. I can see why they did that. I just hope that they don't, if that answers your question. A synth version of James T. Kirk. Peter Lukaku, $5.50. So a new Naked Gun movie in the works. Liam Neeson taking over for Liam Neeson. Good God, it's already funny just by the play on names. Liam Neeson taking over for Leslie Nielsen. There you go. Lieutenant Raymond Anders. I would like Stephen King to write a Star Trek movie. Fleet Paw says, I wish Panic Pecker would just disappear. General Grievous, Panic Pecker might disappear after shrinkage. Oh, there you go. It's cold in there. Melted Copper. Of course it's the Borg. It's always the Borg. It shouldn't be, though. Quentin Tarantino said the only way he would come back to movies is if he did a Star Trek, but he thinks they won't let him. Well, they shouldn't let him. I love Quentin Tarantino, don't get me wrong. I would love to see his take on Star Trek, but at the same time, do we really want that? I don't know. Lower Decks movie Flyby with the big orchestral suite. Oh yeah, you'll get that for sure. Enterprise D in all its beige glory. At least it'll be brightly lit. I will say that. Jeff Sturm, I don't know who is behind the red door, but I will appreciate it no matter who it is. Captain Casey Stewart, Dirk Benedict is the real Starbuck, though. Hell yes. That being said, I do appreciate Katie Sackhoff now that I've watched the series. When I first saw it was her and I didn't watch it, I was like, she can't be a good Starbuck. She's a good Starbuck. She's just not the Starbuck, in my opinion. Chris Tenorino, Sam Rutherford and Tom Paris must make Delta Flyer fighter for the Galaxy class. Chuck Jones, I read rumors that Voyager revival series began being planned. We've now seen a return of characters from all classic Trek series except Enterprise and New Trek It seems like it's getting shafted. A shame. Mr. Captain 93, Enterprise D TV bridge or movie bridge? The TV bridge. It's the one we had for 7 years. They're not going to fucking remake the one we saw for 5 seconds in a goddamn movie. Sure, maybe 5 minutes. Don't get me wrong, I love the Generations bridge. I love the panels on the side. I think it's fantastic. It's a superior bridge. But for simplicity and just the fact that that was our home for 7 years, they're going to go back to the original one. Come on now. Fan Geek, have you seen the movie Fanboys? Yes, I have. And I absolutely hate the way they make fun of Star Trek fans. New Yorker in Vegas. Spoiler alert, when Troy opens the red door, she sees Girardi's smiling face, multiplied like in season 1. That's why Troy runs away. Mr. Captain 93, maybe Laris is behind the door, pissed that her boyfriend had a kid with his ex. Wow. Spike Psycho, Borg, Dominion, Augments, Romulans, Federation has a lot of enemies. They do. Wing Saber, I pity those who are colorblind. There is no red door. Dan Bevan, I'm against the Borg, but it certainly looks like the most likely. That being said, I'd be fine if it's not as huge as it's being made out. It means it's a means to an end for the real big bad, which is someone else or something else. Casey Stewart says, and you can't beat the original BSG intro. Oh, no, you cannot. I don't like the new shit. The fucking tribal drum shit. I fucking hate that. There's that dun 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 dun. That's just fucking. And they use it. That's what I mean with reimagining things and paying homage to things. The new BSG uses that original theme as the original colonial music. That's fucking fantastic. Yes, but the original one is, oh, it's so fucking great. What is the Klingon definition of "you are going to die a virgin"? Seth Rogen quote. Mr. Captain 93, the other big question is who is the hand guy? He is clearly not Borg, right? Right? Some people say it's Locutus or a remnant of Locutus. Who knows, man? Who knows? I'd be cool if it was Gul Dukat or a Pa Wraith. I like that. I think that's a lot to explain at this point, though, with only 2 episodes left, but hey. Jeff W. Well, we had the 2D bridges the first 2 seasons and the brown panels on the wall on the bridge. Oh, you'll see the newer versions of those. Behind the door, there are 5 lights. There are 4 lights. Jeff Sturm, I never really gave really much thought to the bridge designs. The bridge does whatever the writers want it to do, so to me it really doesn't matter. Jeff, you're fucking getting demoted to janitor for that comment. General Grievous. Dominic Keating can come back if he cuts the hipster mullet from Shuttle Pod Show. Makes him look like a British Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Yeah, it's not a good look for him, man. Neil Hammersmith. Watch your episodes on the Galaxy X. Love Probert's what the fuck response and his reactions to his and your reactions to his responses. Yes, go watch that. That's fucking great. Spike Psycho. My sci-fi parody comic is coming along nicely. Captain, you, Ensign in red. And Ensign in red, and you look young and expendable. What's behind the red door? An automatic voice saying, "You've been trying to reach you about your about your starship's extended warranty." General Grievous, but I do miss Enterprise. Yes. Melted Copper says the crystalline entities are back. General Grievous, but my car was repossessed. Mr. Captain 93, red door equals red angel. Kurtzman won't. Kurtzman wouldn't, would he? Well, Kurtzman, fucking who knows what he's capable of. Casey Stewart, Captain, would you like to see a Federation starship named Galactica? Yes, that'd be very awesome, actually. Melted Copper, how many ghosts have inhabited your car for it to be repossessed? Anyway, Jeff W. says, well, I'm out, everyone. Been fun. See you later, Jeff. You'll have a ship assigned to you very shortly. It's Captain 93. Maybe the can guy is Jellicoe, and the real goal is the implementation of fleet-wide delta shift rotation. That's great. Fan Geek says it's all good fun on Fanboys movie. I love Trek and Star Wars. Me too. Jeff Sturm says, have a good night to Jeff W. And General Grievous says, Detmer is behind the door and is the ancient darkness tormenting Jack. There you go. Perfect. All right, guys. 88 likes. Can we get 12 more likes to get to 100? I don't know. With only 58 people here, I'm sure that everybody's hit like already. So I don't think 12 people haven't hit like yet. Hit like. Also another $5. A 5 would be a good way to end out the live. Not necessary, as I say, but, you know, it'd be a nice number. Just saying. So if anybody wants to super chat, now's a good time. 92 likes. We're only 8 likes away. 7 likes away now from 100. Is Cisco showing up? Oh my God, that'd be so great. But no. Raymond Andrews, USS Battlestar, NCC 23110 in Starfleet International. Yes. Or even better, a Galactica class with ship names after the original Battlestars. Wingsaber, Picard bind melded with Sarek. Maybe it's something Sarek's introduced to him. Spike Psycho, USS Galactica, NCC 71978. Is Cisco's voice showing up? That would be great as well. I would be down for that, 100%. I would love to see Cisco return in some form. It's just not going to happen, I don't think, which is sad. But I would love to see that. It makes perfect sense for his character. Fleet Paw throws in $5. Michael Burnham is behind the red door. She's crying and saving the universe one tear at a time. In her red angel suit, hence why the door is red. I literally think the red door is a red herring. Everybody's built up in their minds that it's going to be the fucking Borg, and it's not the Borg. So the red door is literally saying it's a red herring. Don't believe what you've been led to believe. I would love that. Mark Lawrence, any word on if these last 2 episodes are a bit longer? Not that I've heard, no. Lieutenant Raymond Andrews says, I was on it in the 90s. He served on the USS Galactica. Maybe it was Cassidy Yates with Isaac. It's Picard's bomb with a noose. New Yorker in Vegas. I believe Colonel Mustard did it in the study with the candlestick. Behind the red door. 3 more likes, guys. 3 more likes. 3 more likes. 3 more likes to get to 100. Are 3 of you out there like not hitting that like button? What's wrong with you? What have I done wrong? I don't know. It would be interesting if Picard melding with Sarek led to a misdiagnosis of aromatic syndrome, since Sarek had Vulcan dementia that was killing him slowly, and it grafted onto his brain, damaging it. I love that. You just solved it. So behind the red door is Spock. Spike Psycho, emergency lights to use in case of extreme illumination emergencies. Oh, it was an Olympic class that Raymond Andrews served on. Nice. Dionysus. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you, man. Dan Bevan, this season has followed a trend of throwing a million references and hints at you, and maybe 10 of them are actually led to a conclusion. I think they know full well Borg is too obvious. I would hope so. Liked. I can unlike and relike. No, just hit like once. Don't hit it multiple times. I need 2 more likes. Dionysus, you're just joining us. Hit that like button if you haven't already. 2 more likes to get to 100. Mr. Captain 93, if it's pack lids, maybe it's a red window. That's funny. Multi-copter. It's 11 p.m. in my land. Yes, and it is 12. It's midnight. 12:10 my time. 12:10 a.m. Perhaps a Delta Quadrant race affected by Borg. Well, the Borg, species 8472, PA race. The after image of Locutus. These have all been speculated to be the face. So we'll see. The red door is Beverly when she was possessed by Power Wraith, which caused her to keep Jack a secret as the prophets made Sarah, Cisco, or Joseph. It's another Enterprise. Well, I'm gonna call it there, guys. It's been 2 hours. Thank you so much for everybody that's. I wasn't even planning a live tonight. I just thought I would do one. What the hell? And it was pretty good. So I really appreciate all you guys for tuning in and coming out. If you have not hit like yet, hit that like button. If you're watching this after the fact, hit the like button. It helps us out. Send us a super thanks. We get notifications that we get a super thanks all the time. So we appreciate everybody that sends super thanks. I know that Fleet Paws sent some in the last little while, but super thanks are great. They're a good reminder that people are watching our content even when it's not live or when it's edited content, and they're appreciating what they're seeing. So they're giving us a like. We appreciate that. Not only a like, but a super thanks. So everybody that super chatted during this live, thank you so much. Everybody that might super chat in the future or hit that super thanks, we also appreciate you guys very much. So anyway, guys, I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm going to head to bed in like an hour, maybe 2, but I'm going to go chill out downstairs and watch some YouTube and just kind of, and we hit 100 likes. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.